Okay, welcome to Spoiler Corner. Where the fuck do we start?
Nick Fury, dead but not dead.
Yeah, quite obviously. They were advertising in the trailers,
Yeah.
Nick Fury died. Sure he does.
I will say this though, the funny thing about it, it's always fun watching movies with people who are not really savvy to anything, because like we got stuck.
Oh, the people behind us?
The people behind us.
They were invested in every moment of this movie.
But I mean, to the point where it's just like when Nick Fury came back, the people behind us said, "Oh my God, I can't. He's still alive. He's still alive." And I'm just like, what did you think? I'm like, that's fair. Like, maybe you didn't read the comics all and don't realize that there's just no way you're gonna kill Nick Fury off.
Yeah.
But I mean, Doug and I sat there, we looked at each other, it's like, Nick Fury dies, and they were crying behind us.
Yeah, they're crying again.
They killed Nick Fury, and then Doug and I are looking at each other like, yeah, sure,
Right.
we'll see if you'll be crying in an hour when he comes back. But I just gotta finish the story. These people behind us, like, every single little thing that happened, they would just go, "Oh shit! Oh shit!
Shiat!"
Yeah,
that was the one I remember. Shiat.
Yeah, like Nick Fury's car gets attacked and like gets totally blown up and it like comes out of nowhere, like the crash. Yeah, just oh shit!
They were the most fun to watch this movie.
Yeah, I was like, these people behind us are amazing. Like for this was like
this movie was made for them.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this was like going to Disneyland or something for these. It was like just the most amazing thing ever. And at the very end, like the one that got me the most, there were two moments. One was when Bucky, who is the Winter
spoiler
Soldier.
number 2.
Yeah, spoiler number 2.
Very obvious. He's on the poster.
Yeah.
You see his face.
The Winter Soldier is Bucky, which I'm fine with that. I just have a hard time taking any character who's supposed to be a super assassin seriously when his name is
Bucky. Yeah, you could have called him Buck.
Maybe if he was Bucky O'Hare.
Yeah.
That's going back. Anyway, but yeah, so like he punches Captain America in the face. Like they do the very obvious fake out, like, oh, maybe he'll be good. It's like, no, he punches Captain America in the face, and like the people on the side, oh my God, he punched him in the face. Oh my God! Oh no! They're really gonna. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. Like I'm not making this up. This is what they said. I'm gonna cry. It's just so sad. They were friends. I'm gonna cry. And I'm like, this is the greatest group to see this movie with ever. But the absolute best was there's a moment where the shot setup is in such a way where Captain America's face is like right up front. Like here, and then he steps aside and the Winter Soldier is behind him, like Doug is right there, and there's this like sting like whoosh. So the second that happens is whoosh, shit. Like, I just burst out laughing. My wife saw the film with me and she's like kicking me like shut up, but I just couldn't help it. This is such a perfect reveal. It's like all reveals now should have somebody behind you saying
Red Skull was
shit.
gonna be there.
It was just shit. It's like I love these people.
They were fun. So, all right, let's return to the actual movie.
Yeah, so no, Nick Fury dies. Those fake outs generally bother me. The only thing I'll say is it was within character and made sense within the storyline.
I mean,
I'm like, if he's gonna get an assassination attempt, it's better to look dead, and it's better not to tell everybody, because S.H.I.E.L.D. has been compromised. Third spoiler.
Yeah, Robert Redford's the bad guy, which is so beyond obvious.
Yeah,
but,
no, we knew that,
here's
but
the thing. When we say they're spoilers, it's not like you wouldn't be able to figure them out.
Yeah,
they're
but
incredibly
there's always
obvious.
the one
but-
person, like the people behind us. Like,
Yeah.
Shit!
So,
you just
but-
gave it away.
Yeah, sort of to the movie's credit, and if you can't figure it out or whatever, it's like it's for that, but most people could figure it out. That's another thing I like. The movie does not rely on the surprises. It's still, even if you know the surprise, you can still enjoy it. You enjoy the characters.
Well,
you enjoy
and this
the
is why
action,
the movie I thought was epic. And getting back to what we said in the review, I'd talk about in the spoilers. That was epic. Like, well, it wasn't epic enough. Felt like filler. I'm sorry. The entire organization that helped assemble the Avengers has been completely compromised and is demolished for now, and was part of a conspiracy put together by Nazis. Even in the future, we have to worry about Nazis. They don't go away.
Oh, that's the other thing. The villain is the little Nazi from from the first film. His mind is in a computer, and it's all silly comic book stuff. But
That was, by the way,
it's fun.
You know that it's sometimes things work better in comic books and not on the big screen because you suddenly realize how silly they are. Watching him talk in the barracks as the computer, I kind of love. That was the one moment where I'm like, okay, I'm having trouble suspending my disbelief because it's like, of course, and so therefore I downloaded my entire brain
See, I
onto
love
reams
that.
and reams of electromagnetic tape in 1972.
See, I love that because that was so traditional comic book.
It was,
to
but
me.
I just.
But they made him kind of. If you saw his face, like his whole face on the computer wouldn't work, but as if you only see a little bit of the eyes, a little bit of the mouth, and it's all kind of staticky. And so I thought, like, this is a good mix of really silly, but also kind of intimidating.
I just had to laugh because I'm like, we barely invented Pong in 1972. Was Atari 20? Was like the Atari even out in 19? I'm supposed to believe we can download his brain, and I'm like, okay, whatever. But I mean, it didn't wreck the movie for me. That was the only moment though where I was like, seriously, like, really? Did they just go there?
The one or two moments, strangely enough for me, that I was getting a little thrown off
And again,
by.
it works in the comics. I just think when you see it on the big screen, you're like, man, it suddenly occurs to me how weird this is.
The one or two that sort of threw me off a little bit was that, you know, his shield, that's awesome, it's indestructible and I buy it, but like, he'll jump out of a building, land on a car, like a whole building explodes and rocks are falling on him, and he protects him and Black Widow with his goddamn pizza pan somehow, and none of these rocks fall on him, or it's like, it's the one thing where I'm kind of like, okay, come on, either make the shield bigger, or just make him unkillable or something, because it's like, it's the one thing I just was having a hard time buying.
Doug, you're forgetting one key point.
What's that?
America.
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 American shield.
Can't kill America, man.
American made shield, yeah!
Speaking of America, the balls this movie had, yes, there's a cop-out. They're technically Nazis and part of the secret organization called Hydra. But let's be honest, we know what this movie is really talking about. These guys are all neoconservative, fascist douchebags.
Yeah, well, let's talk a little bit. Yeah, the plan is to watch everybody 24/7, everybody, everywhere, everything, and through a computer predict through their past backgrounds and checkers and everything they know about you to predict what's going to happen in the future.
And decide
based on
who's
that,
going to be a threat
and who isn't.
to them when they take over.
Yeah, and the ones who are the
take them
threats,
out.
they kill. And
Which was legitimately creepy, by the way. There was that, like, at first I'm like, oh yeah, well, the president, you want to say, oh yeah, these people. But one of them was just some dude in his backyard
Yeah,
mowing
well,
along.
yeah.
I'm like, dude, like, what the hell did he do to get on their watch list?
Yeah, I sort of felt that too. Like, it was a very sort of Bush, I guess even kind of Obama, because they're still watching everybody, you know, or everything's tapped or
Oh no,
whatever
Doug,
that big
it's
conspiracy
better under
was.
Obama. We just get more apologies and promises that he'll look into it.
Yes, exactly. Oh, that's troubling.
I'm very troubled. Yeah. So I'm very troubled. Hydra nearly tried to kill me. Maybe this wasn't a good idea.
But I mean, this is one of the things where I'm always sort of like, I always kind of had a feeling this was going on. So it's sort of like, well, okay, I mean, it's like, if anyone's hugely surprised by this, I'm sort of like, well, think about how paranoid we all are.
I thought it was an absolutely amazing commentary. One that I'm surprised the movie had the balls to go through with.
It is pretty.
You just replace all those people with like Bush, Cheney, the NSA, the CIA, all of these, like the Department of Homeland Security, and boom, there you go. Like,
well, but what I like is that it's just the right amount where you can't.
and then give them alien superpowers.
Yeah, sort of have them in a Minority Report reality and stuff, you know. But it is kind of the mentality where you're kind of like, you know, even though I obviously don't agree with them, you know, it's like you see where Robert Redford is coming from. You see, you know, he even says, you know, if you found out that a terrorist was going to kill your daughter, wouldn't you like to stop him, you know, before he does? Wouldn't you like to, yada, yada? And it's...
Yeah, I mean, that's why we flushed our
from.
freedom away for the past
Yes, well, no,
10,
that's exactly it, and that's
yeah.
obviously the point the movie's making. But I like it instead of just like, we're just evil. We just want everything. It's like, no, I like it when you can sort of see what they're talking about, but obviously it's an extreme.
It's like they think they're completely in the right, just like many people now think they're completely in the right, just spying on our asses 24/7. So I don't know. I thought actually it was really brave. And at first I was almost kind of like, I felt a little bad because I'm like, man, this movie almost went full force with it. And then it's like, oh no, it's just like a bunch of Nazis held over from World War II and a super secret. But I'm like, you know what? the more I think about it, if you want to equate those sort of people with Nazis, close enough. I'm like, I'll take it.
As soon as I see this red dot on your head. Hate to ruin that lovely tie.
That was a great scene. All of a sudden, this van pulls up outside my house. It says "Flowers by Eileen." They're listening.
And the one, I think, because I'm trying to think of other spoilers, but like the one other thing I'll say, and I think I brought this up after I saw the movie, there's a scene where you got, I think they're the people in the shadowy rooms from Avengers, right? Weren't those the people that came together at the end to like talk with Robert Redford and stuff? I thought that was supposed to be them. Like the ones that call all the big shots and everything.
Well, I thought that wasn't it just the SHIELD like head council? I think there's like a worldwide council that gives Nick Fury his sort of...
But I thought that, weren't those the shadowy people in Avengers as well, or not really?
I think so.
That's sort of what I thought.
I have to watch Avengers again. I watched it on Blu-ray like...
But so these
7 or 8
people,
months ago.
whatever, in their 50s, 60s, stuff like that, they're running everything and stuff, and they come together, and the bad guy, Robert Redford's there, and he's talking about his evil plan and stuff, and suddenly this woman's gotta be like...
middle-aged British.
Yeah, 50s-ish, something like that, suddenly just starts kicking ass and, doing flips and kicks and all this shit, and grabs the gun and holds at Robert Redford, and everyone in the theater just goes...
And there was a collective, mouthing of the words,
yeah, like, you barely saw this when she does all this, and then she...
It was just silent.
And then she takes off some sort of digital bullshit mask, and it turns out it's Black Widow. But you just know, even though it would make no sense whatsoever, everybody in the audience was like, I was really fucking hoping it was just a middle-aged woman.
My wife was so that would have been so awesome if it was just that middle-aged woman, she was just some ninja the whole time.
It would make no sense. No sense whatsoever, but it would have
I always
been
like seeing more
awesome.
Black Widow, so I'm
Yeah,
okay
so
with
it's
what they did. But there was a part of it was like, man, that would have been the greatest surprise ever. It's like,
Nobody
are you
ever
somebody in
seen that
disguise? No, I just fucking hate you and I'm a ninja. But I just thought overall, in the depth of the story of him having to deal with this, again, I keep going back, I'm like, this is what Superman to me is about. And if you were going to tell a dark Superman, it should be like this. Him questioning is like, well, what does the American way mean anymore? Can I save everything? And this film really, really did it right. And still managed to be fun doing it.
It's funny, you were mentioning, I think we both had our this should have been what blank was, and for you it's Man of Steel. For me it was very much Thor 2, because I'm like, I like this main character, I remember this villain, I remember this plan, I remember the side characters, I fucking like the side characters.
To me it's more, this is what Iron Man 2 should have been. The problem with Thor 2 is it's so far removed from Captain America, it's just some fantasy thing.
But it's not something that necessarily has to be the big end all. Man of Steel was trying to be the big huge, and Dark Knight was trying to be the big huge and everything like that. And they don't all have to be like
Captain
that.
America, I'm not even sure was trying. It just did it. Really well,
and I think that's how you get closer to. You just sort of try to tell a good story with good characters and stuff.
That's what this had in spades.
And I, like I said, even though I don't think it's whatever in my Batman or Superman or whatever.
Oh, and the resolution
it comes through.
And they actually resolved the deal with his girlfriend from the first movie, which bugged the crap out of me at the end. I'm like, I had a date or whatever, and I remember when that movie ended, I'm like, that was a good movie and all, but what was in it for the girlfriend?
Yeah, then Avengers, you never see what happens to it. You do get some conclusion with that.
There is a resolution. It's sad.
It's a good scene.
Yeah. And it plays into the pathos of the character. What good casting, too. Everybody's just so good in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, everybody comes through. Well, we were having a conversation about, we watched Batman recently, and we were saying, man, the 80s had so many good side characters.
Which is something
and character actors and stuff like
Dark
that.
Knight, no, the Nolan films don't. They're very kind of bland. Here are some mobsters. Here's some... You look at the Burton Batman film, I'm not going to get into which one is better, but the one difference is, as good as the Nolan is, everybody in an 80s movie, it was all chock full of character actors.
Yeah, you remember every person.
Brad and I can quote Batman in and out because the character actors are just so great. The Bat!
No blood on the body. Hello, legs. I mean, it's all these lines we remember because the people were so distinct. They were such good character actors. Hell, even Sister Act, they said when they got the nuns, they didn't just get background actresses, they got people that were like, actresses that have been in main roles and supporting roles and stuff. They didn't want just extras. So it was this big thing like in the 80s and 90s of really getting this, and I don't know, it's like, it is something I feel like we kind of been missing for a little bit, focusing maybe too much on the main characters. But in this one, you have a lot of focus on the main character, and all the supporting characters, I remember like all of them. And they're all so good, and they perform so well. Even just the smallest role, they really deliver. So,
how about the in-joke to Pulp Fiction on the gravestone?
Oh, I missed that. What did it say?
I thought it said like in the path of the righteous. It was the quote from Pulp Fiction.
That'd be great if that's true.
Yeah, no, I'm almost positive that's what it said. Like, that killed me. Like, it just... God, this movie was so good.
The one thing, the last thing, because like I said, we're probably, I can't think of any more spoilers, but...
the credits.
Oh, yeah, I guess we should talk about that too. Okay, actually, let's talk about that before
so it cuts to Baron von Strilke, who looks very much like Colonel Klink.
Yeah, I was saying you're Colonel Klink, or the guy who bosses Boris and Natasha around.
Talking about some gobbledygook about, well, let's let S.H.I.E.L.D. fight it out with other people and, more distractions the better. And they got Loki's, spear of fabulousness, with the Infinity Gem in it. And then they come across two twins. And like an asshole, I could not figure out who the hell these
I didn't know who they
were,
but I didn't really know them in the comic that well.
I did know them, and that's why, like, once I looked it up, I'm like, oh, it was like Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. I'm like, oh, but yeah, so they're setting those two up. But I guess I didn't recognize it without like the costumes and stuff.
Well, now I'm wondering, I guess they had to rewrite something because am I right? Like
they're gonna be, I think, also in X-Men: Days of Future Past.
Are they really?
Yeah. So I think there's gonna be.
Are they finally gonna cross these over? Because I wanted to see like fucking Wolverine or X-Men or somebody in these.
No. I believe it is different actors.
Oh,
I don't think they're crossing over.
I so want to see. It's
Fox
like
or whoever owns, that side of things.
Yeah, that's right. Because that's such a shame. Because it's like Spider-Man and Wolverine. I want to see in the Avengers, and it's like we're never gonna see it. Damn it! Or in the Infinity War, whatever big uber holy shit storm they're gonna have going, and it's like
well, there was some deal.
Come on, do a Roger Rabbit, just cross copyrights or something.
Somebody sold some of their interest in Marvel recently. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know if it was Fox or God only knows our audience will post 1,000 things like, here's what it was, but if one person posts it, you don't have to post it again. Like, just see if it's on the first page, and then don't post it back. I always love reading the comments, and 20 or 30 people say the exact same thing. It's just look and see if it's on. But yeah, something just went down. I don't know if that's going to bode one way or the other but yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's different actors, and it's X-Men is still in its own universe.
Okay,
we haven't reconnected. But maybe, I kind of hope that maybe they'll just wise up and realize, you know what, maybe we should start pooling our resources, because Disney and Marvel are making, bucket loads of money on this, and we can, probably ride the wave a bit.
Well, I was going to say, this might be the first, I could be wrong, but the first movie that was just Marvel. I mean, I know Disney owns it, but... there was no Paramount, there's no DreamWorks. It was just the Marvel logo popped up in that.
I didn't even see a Disney logo till the end.
Yeah, no, there wasn't. They didn't even have the logo. They just had a little Marvel's owned by Disney, and that's it.
DC, just do something, will you? You're getting your asses kicked.
But the one last thing that I'll say is that because they're I'm pretty sure they announced they're gonna do a Black Widow movie. I think Luc Besson was gonna do it. And I'd really like to see it. The one thing I'm afraid of is that I'm so afraid that this character is so good, but because she's always been a side character, maybe Scarlett Johansson could put more into the performance, or maybe that made her more interesting. I'm so afraid if we learn too much about her that it's suddenly going to be like, I didn't want to know all this.
Well, I know it from the comics.
They've done it so well with these other characters, and they've really held these movies. I'm so hoping that pulls through, because she's just gotten better with every movie. She went from the side character in Iron Man 2, it's like, okay, the tough chick, whatever, to... pretty funny in Avengers too. Holy shit! I really want to see this.
Iron Man 2, she was just a non. I was pissed. I'm like, really? So Black Widow's just here, kick a little ass and leave? that Iron Man 2 bothers me on so many levels. It's such a waste of a film. But
Avengers
was,
really
I was like,
good
okay,
too.
she was really funny. Still no character. I thought she was so great in this. I'm like, finally, we're advancing this character a little. Like, I mean, she was funny in the Avengers, but there was no advancement of the character. She was just funny.
Yeah, well, and what I like is that
Hulk probably had more. Like,
well, what I like about this is she's advanced, but it's never. I'm seeing this more and more in other movies, particularly shows like with Walking Dead and stuff. Like they'll evolve the character a little too much, where they'll have like these big cry scenes from a character that wouldn't normally cry or have a breakdown or something. But
I love the scene where Captain America comes in, like, because he just saved her ass, which was pretty cliche. I'm like, okay, Captain America, carry Black Widow out of the rubble, but there's this great scene afterwards that kind of makes up for it, where she's just like sitting there like drying her hair or something after they've washed all the rubble off, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, fine." Like, what's the big deal? Like, this is our job.
Well, and I like that note, even because that follows what she does reveal a little bit about like
I mean,
what
she's
she was,
naturally
but
upset,
it's not
like
a-
this big weepy.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's
I've been
in
duped my
character.
entire career, and that sucks.
Yeah, it's totally in
Yeah.
character, and it gives more intrigue about her past. That's like, I've been duped before. Now it's like, well, how's she duped? And they acknowledge that her past has now been told everybody at the end.
That scene when she walks out of the congressional hearing. Go ahead, arrest me. Later.
I mean, it is just grown into this awesome character, and Luke Besson, you've done some really fun stuff. You've done some shit though too. Please make this good. I really want to see a good movie. He's done like good.
If it ends up being good, that's gonna be much like this with Man of Steel. Like, that's gonna be the Wonder Woman movie. We
never got it.
Like, because I'm like, it's like we've got Black Widow now, still no Wonder Woman. Like,
so yeah, no, it's a good flick. Go check it out.
America.
Fuck yeah!